following footage was streamed live with an unstable connection, so the visual quality varies and audio cuts out. All hard cuts are due to complete signal loss. For context, the 2022 Commonwealth Games are taking place in Birmingham. I'd never done an IRL outdoor stream. Now seemed like the perfect time, though with an extra million people visiting the city, the mobile networks may be under strain. Future attempts may use different setups. The subtitles added are a best approximation to help overcome audio cuts. I have no idea if this is working. Test it. I could switch to a browser and try, but I don't want to mess up any data connection. So this is the market area, or at least part of it. That's Bullring. The connection wasn't working at all, so I've had to come over this way. But we'll try a few different areas in town and see what works and what doesn't. So over there is the, well, you'll see in a sec, there's the church on the left, got markets to the right, there's a big clothing market there, fish market up there, myself. Police absolutely everywhere, there's one of the vans. There's the old market outdoor stands. So here is the church at Bullring, and the Bullring itself, that's just like the back end of it. I'm not sure I can record in there because that's a shopping centre. I think you can't record inside. So you can probably never used to be project, but they still haven't. So the entire area of a small village is being used in the centre of town in order to do some of the sports. Hey zombie, welcome back, how you doing? Long time no see. In 4 months, 5 days, hopefully the event we're going to see from the outside. Just checking the roads. But yeah, over that way is the Chinese Quarter. We'll go over there in a bit. I'm going to try around the other side because we don't have a very good view from here. You see some of the stuff. I saw them doing some practice dancing down there where the bouncy slide is, if you can see the multicolour thing. How's the audio? Is it coming through alright? Can you hear me well? So there's one of the sports areas, that big tent looking thing over there. The stands, as far as I can see, are kind of full. I wish I could zoom in, but I don't know how to do it. I was trying to set up earlier with all sorts of things connected to my eye, but unfortunately it was being iffy, so I've had to go for this Streamlabs backup arrangement. This big metal sphere here, I'm pretty sure is for acrobatics. I think that's happening tomorrow. It might also be for that performative motorbike thing. I don't know if you've seen it before, where they're driving inside a sphere, going upside down and everything. So all of this used to be storage, a couple square miles, and now it's this. There's actually a little secret entrance under the road. So here's the road, there's the markets, and that wooden thing there is an elevator down to a tunnel that goes underneath. So you see people packing huge pallet loads of stock down there every day. I did see some guys break out into a fight there before. In fact, let me get closer up there. Hey chicken. Thankfully this part of the road is secured up for more pedestrian access. So here we have the elevators that go down, trying to squeeze pallet loads of stock into there. I saw one guy get ganged up on by 5 guys. It must have been like a different stand, different shop in the market. They were very angry. Don't know why really, because the one guy was there first and the other guys decided to just try and go past him. Can't really see much. I thought they were going to be performing out in the open area there, the tarmac area, because that's where I saw them practicing. There should be... oh yeah, we can see it actually. There's basketball there. Right, I'm going to go all the way around. So, see that orange in the distance? We're going to go around the other side of that. And that should let me get a better view. I am not sure how long. There's the bullring. Big church. Can't really see through. I was trying to do like a backup power brick thing, but that didn't really work. He's in handcuffs. Don't know if you saw the 4 cops in black there. So this place is, as I said, a couple square miles, just taken up for this one area. This 1 or 2 types of sport. But there are sites all over Birmingham and the nearby cities which are all doing different types of events. And I just discovered yesterday that when you connect the dots of all these locations, it forms the logo they're using. Not doing that, especially seeing as we're very late and the event's half over. Right, this logo here, yeah, so this triangular logo, crisscross, that is equal to the map layout of a bunch of different locations across the West Midlands, with Birmingham being in the middle. So there was the Alexander Stadium opening ceremony last night, which is a fair few miles away. It was basketball, you can just barely see, just past the fence there. I think that's the best view we're going to get. So, unfortunately, can't really show much. So we're going through town, give you a tour, we'll get the other setup going. Better one that doesn't rely on Streamlabs. Oh, I kind of don't want to get that guy who's been arrested on camera. And actually, you know what? Let's go over this way, because over here is where the road was completely sectioned off. So they've been doing work on it for a year now or something, and they just recently opened up like a little side route you could walk down, but the whole thing was collapsed in on itself. Just gotta wait for this. Let a bunch of guys go past. I don't want to get people right on camera, you know. I know sometimes people doing IRL streams don't care at all, but trying to avoid close-ups on people. What was that ping? Bence, I don't know what the ping is. I saw your name pop up, but I don't know what it was, because it doesn't show me that. In fact, I think I can skip over to the events tab. Hopefully this doesn't crash the stream. Bence has resub, thank you, for 35 months. Bloody hell. And I've minimised everything. How do I go back? There we go. How you doing, Bence? Am I coming through okay? Audio good? No one's actually said yes or no yet, they've just said hello, so for all I know there's no audio going through at all, so no one's heard my question of whether the audio is going through. I actually wanted to show you across the road, so we're going to have to cross again, because I discovered something kind of interesting just over where that crane is. Sounds good. Good. And nothing changed, good. Yeah, I can bring up the event tab. Didn't notice that was going to come on the screen, and when I closed that I actually hid the entire app, so I didn't know if that would also mess things up. So we're all good. I like to go on walks through the city. Usually I'm not carrying a camera around, and it's kind of awkward because I've got this phone which I'm using for the camera. It's the Samsung Galaxy Fold Z3 or whatever. It's kind of bulky. It's about the size of a little tablet, and it's unfolded. Thankfully I can use the back of the case, the flap. In fact, I can probably get the flap on camera there, so I'm holding that. Local police station, always closed. You have to phone in, you can't actually walk in the front door, which is just fantastic. Could be being attacked outside, and too bad you got to phone in. So this entire road is being dug up. You can see they're putting brand new pavement edging there, but I think it's going to have a tram line down it. I'm not entirely sure. What I discovered over here, which is what I think they just recently discovered, is a little tunnel, an old tunnel. I don't know if we can get it on camera because the mesh, but do you see that? Ah, that's really bad, isn't it? It's focusing on the mesh. Actually, let's just lift it up. Hopefully. Oh, actually, there's a big gap over here. There we go. And you can't see it from here. Just past those little fences, there's some brickwork. Could have been old travel stuff. Oh, here's a good view actually. Come on, there we go. So, I don't know how far that extends.
And also, you got the top beading in the cavity. You've got to make sure all of that's clear.
You can kind of see it as I walk past because the mesh doesn't obfuscate it much. See, it's right there. So it probably extends all the way down that road, or not. And I don't know whether it connects across the road. Oh, a big gap here, this tunnel, and realised, oh, we need to do something about it. And there's a flying ant. There's flying ants all over the place today. Yeah, it just came at me. Oh, right, yeah, okay. It is connecting by metro. Gotta be careful not to show reflections on these panels. Quality isn't the best. Great. It's only running on 4G. I don't know why. There should be at least 3 5G towers running right now. I got a text the other day saying the one near me was fixed. So I don't know why everything's on 4G. It could be because of the extra 20,000 people visiting the city. But even then, I would expect it to say 5G, not 4G. Who knows? Anyway, so as you can see, the road, or could see, is completely narrowed down to just barely one lane each way, whereas usually it's like a couple. And this whole pavement area, I think, used to be right, so it's going to leave not much for the cars. We're just going to go a little further and I'll show you where I couldn't travel the other day because it's completely collapsed in. As soon as I started moving, it got better. Probably transitioned to a different 5G tower. Nice. This place is pretty cool, but I can't show it straight on because of reflections. All sorts of vintage and traded in clothing. I've been there Only a few times over the years, but they got quite a selection. And around here is one of the big photo institute.
That's what I thought it would have been.
Gotta be careful. Right, so this bit looks like you can go left to go straight, because you can even see some pavement over there. It's all off. So for going straight on, you need to be walking in the middle of the road. Well, the road was. So there's people further. Okay. Here's a good view of where we've travelled so far. So, way down there, where that screen... great, the mesh. There we go. Way down there where that screen is on the building is where we just crossed the road. Walked all the way down. A couple of girls not looking where they're going, just walked into a man. I was trying not to get them on camera, but I missed the comedy. I'm going to try and just keep the camera off to the side a bit. There we go.
Security guard down.
Okay, so this whole passage here, I could travel to just about where those people are down there, and then all the fencing was collapsed for the entire rest of the journey. I posted a picture of that in the Discord the other day. Why is there loads of bread here? People feeding the birds. So all the rest of the length of that, way down there. Come on, focus through. Focus through. Oh, I don't know what's in the air today, but I keep sniffling. Might be all the dust from this roadwork. Well, that's interesting. They've put pavement bricks along there, so that road must be getting sectioned off. So, the other day I went round the back there, down that road, behind those big yellow buildings. That's the Custard Factory. It houses all sorts of artsy things. There we go. The creative quarter. We've got graffiti studios, DJ schools. There's cinema, I think. Some board game shops. There's even a retro arcade, which you can also drink in as a bar. So it's pretty cool. And above it, you got the railway. Used to be all construction down there, but it's over now. We're nearly at a thing to show you, and then hopefully you can go around to the door, but that looks more like a fire exit. I don't think you can actually use that. So while we keep travelling, why don't you guys tell me how you're doing? Give my voice a break.
Yeah.
It's been 4 months, as I said, since my last stream, so I'm not used to talking so much. There's a little sneak peek of something I'll do in a sec. So, we actually got an ice cream down here. That wasn't there before. How is your game going? I've got to be really careful not to. Friday afternoon. People. So, nearly showed reflection. Jeez, that was close. There was a jar. But I can't. So never. Didn't hear or see anything great. Great. Hopefully, Hopefully we'll get some better signal over the coming days as people aren't doing the first day of the touring of Birmingham. Can't look at the car reflections. Gosh, this is a taxing mental game. I'll go this way. Okay. So down there they got loads of the vehicle repair places. There's this ghetto golf place which has like a whole mini golf course made out of well, I've only seen pictures of it, so I think it's all made out of junk, but I could be getting the wrong impression. I don't know if it's coming through on the camera how smoky it is here, but I can sure taste the smoke in the air. It's I don't know why it's so smoky. I assume like a barbecue or something, but the road is full of smoke. I don't think it's shown on the camera at all. Very far from stable. Great. Great. You know, in fact, we'll just peek here. These little dots. Oh yeah, and there's this giant mural for the Spider-Man game. I'm not used to walking and talking. Just peeking. Okay. I heard a big event going on there the other day. And that little black the other day. So I don't actually know what the place is. Oh, there's actually a guy up there on the and or at least a bunch of them are related there. This used to happen with that, and I don't really know why they closed down, because I thought they were doing okay. Guess not. It's so much glass, I'm not even going to point the camera at it. Little pub here. So this is the Digbeth Fun Fair. I think it only happens once a year, and I thought it was at a different location, which is why I was surprised to see it when I came by the other day. You got the thing over there that goes up and spins people up in the air. You got the thing there that spins them forward like a wheel. Oh wait, no, that's not right. That's the hammer one. So it swings like rotating. Roller coaster. Forgot the word for it then. All sorts of bouncy stuff. And there's the city. So when I started the stream, I was not at that tallest middle tower. There, that round one. I was by that. Okay, now for the long trek back. Boy oh boy. Bathroom break. Suggest try not to get people on camera again. Switch on part. Perfect. Nearly pointed the camera right at the window again. To avoid that. So much construction everywhere. Can you see well like that? See that the road construction on for like a mile. Usually this sectioned off pavement area where you can go is half the width, so it's usually a lot more difficult to get down here, especially in the busy hours. And up at the library area there was a narrow tunnel where all the crowds had to feed through. They've actually doubled it now, they've opened a second tunnel. Might go there later, but I don't know how the signal's going to be. I'm trying to show you places, but there's so many reflections. Okay, I'm gonna pay a bit more attention to the screen because I've been just looking around and not really pointing the camera at it, because I'm not used to having to point the camera at everything. That is the way we just went, so we're over this way. In fact, I may just cross the road so we get out of this construction tunnel. There's quite a few good places if you're into creative stuff down here. Give you all sorts of supplies. There's of course the clothes shop I mentioned back down this way, but there's another one just down the side road here, and they've got sort of like an indoor market, but it's kind of hit and miss. It's not really predictable what you're going to find there, as well as them being there or not. Here we have an Irish pub, or no, not pub, Irish centre. I swear it wasn't me being stereotypical about the Irish. There is an Irish pub around the corner, which is what I was thinking of. So this Irish centre, the Connaught, has been closed for ages, and I think I saw the people there the very last day it was open, because the next day it was all boarded up. Of course there's homeless in every city, but I won't get on camera. Space and privacy, especially as it's sort of their living quarters. Pretty sure it's a dead end. Yeah. Well, pretty much. Alright, so we're heading back into the city. You can see the church spire there. That's where I started the recording. We're going to go near there. I'm going to try and take us around the other side of the... Sorry. I think we will, though. I think it's actually worse. I think the best view we got was from on the bridge. It's just really far away. If I can get the other setup working tomorrow or whenever, I should be able to get zooming working, so you can actually focus in the distance. I'll just switch hands. It's digging in. I'm surprised this isn't covered in art. I think it was actually. Yes, it was. Yeah. So that arrow, there were a bunch of arrows on the floor, and then they pointed at the wall, and there was like a big display, like a little portal. So the floor arrows were taking you to the portal in the wall. There was all sorts of like swirly art, as if the characters painted next to it were being sucked in. We're going to go around the coach station, and that should take us around the back end. I don't know if you can see all these flying ants. They're swarming here. That's I'm gonna cross actually. Maybe there's fewer ants over there. So I'm next to all the plants hidden behind the boards there. So maybe that's what the ants are there for. Nope, they're over here too. Oh, they are coming at me. I don't know if you can see any of them. Jeez. Okay. Good. You see that? And try and brush them off. There's like 30 I just got off me, and there's still loads more. I just need to keep moving. Get away from here. Yeah, this is weird. There's like a little cycle area, and then they've put a bus lane here at the same time. So there's a little crossing just to get onto the bus. Get off, jeez. Why did I have to go IRL streaming on the same day? The ants are swarming. I didn't even know there would be so many flying ants in town. I've never seen it this bad. There's the back of the stands where all those people were sitting, that big purple banner. And we're gonna cross here. I was I was watching a thing about American laws recently and the issues that jaywalking cause, but in England and similar countries it's absolutely fine. See, that driver just nodded to me and I crossed. Simple. There's that church all the way down there. So this is a long trek now around the back of the sectioned off area, because it was a storage area for the whole of the markets and the Bullring shopping centre and other local shops. This, what was a storage area, is absolutely huge. Don't know if you can read that. Next to the no, or on the no entry sign, it says access to market area via Pershaw Street entrance. So there are many street entrances to this place. I think about 6 different roads border this sectioned off. There's not swarms of them, but they're still here. Just dive bomb me in the face. Oh no, they're swarming here. Oh, there's so many. Oh my gosh, there's so many. I'm walking through hundreds right now. This is awful. All over me. This is disgusting. Look at this. They're all over me. They keep dive bombing me in the face. I'm trying to brush them off, but there's just more coming. Oh my gosh, they're all down my front and legs. I need some insect repellent thing. Either me in particular, I'm covered in black. Insects love black clothes, don't they? Even that woman across the street was brushing them off. Why there's so many ants when there's so little greenery around? Oh, this is horrible. Let's see if you can even see them. If I just hold the camera still, can you see them flying around? Yeah, there we go, you can see them. You can see them all flying around, there's so many. I mean, the good thing is it doesn't really matter too much if they go on my clothes. I'll throw them all in the wash when I get back. It's not like I'm one of these people visiting the city that's only got a limited number of clothes they brought with them. But damn, this is horrible. In my hair as well. Can't see them. Yes, you can, don't lie to me. Against that black background you can see them. In fact, if I focus there, can you see? No, it's not showing there. Go across. Across there. If I tilt my phone, it starts flipping. Oh, great. It's even got the tilt deactivated. That's an in-app setting that I can't change then. Over here there's this depot climbing thing, so I'm not entirely sure what that entails. Obviously climbing something, and maybe it used to be a depot. But I was thinking maybe you climb storage units with rock walls attached. Fewer ants now. Just get them off. And I kind of just want to go home and stream a game. I don't like being attacked by one of these insects and streaming, which entails talking and therefore opening my mouth, and you know, if they dive on me in my face, I don't want them doing that while my mouth's open. Thankfully none did get in, so that's a mini miracle. Oh yeah, I've got to concentrate on what the camera can see. I keep not doing that, I keep like just looking around without it. This would be so much easier if I had it hooked up directly to the iFeed, and it would be facing where I'm looking. Simple. Okay, so we're now at one of the other entrances. Might be able to see some of the events, not entirely sure. Still on there. Hope you got some bug spray.
Yeah, I know, there's loads in there.
There's thousands around the corner. The policeman guard in the corner. Let's see what we can see here. You can see the stands. So that's about it. Yeah, none of the event. Oh, that's actually a different one. So in the background there, the little white tents, that's what we saw before. This is the second one. Not sure what's in that one. Area it's going to be. I think it's just going to be another living space. Yeah, actually. Now I see the signs. Entrance to the area, I think. Really scammy advert where it's like breaking news and then it's just on the motorway. Let's see what we can see from here. Nothing. Nope, it's just an entrance. just like a maintenance side of things. There's the bull ring in the distance, that big blobby metal. In fact, I'll stop here so that you can see better. Just let the sky pass. So that blobby looking metal in the distance, that's hundreds or maybe 1,000 or two big discs, like home satellite dishes, patterning the whole thing. Like snakeskin. Yeah, that's what it's like. I was hoping not to be focusing the camera on people, so I want to let these people walk away a bit. Oh yeah, there's this festival which is happening soon. I was thinking of going to it. I don't know where Moseley Park is though. I need to get out more, meet more people. Since I've moved, I've met some neighbours and made friends with a few of them, but they're kind of just workaholics. They don't go out and do anything. So I've met people who I won't be socialising with, essentially. Need to make real friends. Unfortunately, the majority of the friends I had years ago, before COVID hit, all went to various places of origin. At the same time, I moved back to Birmingham. So I kind of know nobody now, which was fine during COVID, but now everyone's out and about, so I'd like to get a social life again. Okay, so we're nearly back where I started. In fact, let me just get a recording of this last bit you'll see. So, in the distance there, that's the tent thing that we saw at the start. And there's the other stand in the distance there, which I still don't know what that's actually for. And in front of the tent one is where the basketball's happening, which, if you carefully look at the VOD, you might see the bouncing ball. But the VODs are restricted right now. Just in case I leak anything, I can delete the VOD. But if everything's fine, I'll allow it to be viewable. Oh yeah, so over that way is Gay Village, the Pride Parade, and what do you call it? What do you call that June event? Anyway, whatever it's called, it takes up several streets over there. I'll show you that in a second. Down this way, I'll take us back to where we began. Windows, gotta be careful of the reflection. But these are windows, so I would actually be recording inside a building, which is fine here. It's a restaurant, but you know, it's still a bit of an invasion. And I don't know if all the mirrored windows are actually mirrored on the inside, so if any of these are apartments, I don't want to be sticking my phone up to a mirrored window and inside they think I'm recording them. That would be awkward and rude. This is a newly opened little cafe which is connected through that little archway into the shop next door. So here is loads of Chinese food supplies. Can I? Yes, I can angle it and not show myself. We got some interesting drinks in the fridge. I was trying to figure out what they were. Couldn't figure it out. Some of them had Dragon Ball Z on, Naruto and things like that. Here is like the main quarter of the Chinese Quarter. I'll show you that in a bit. Don't know if you can read the yellow banner over there. Welcome to Chinatown. Right, let's take you this way to show the final part of this big lap we've done. So I'm going to be very tactical about this. Unfortunately the crowd is coming towards me now, so I've got to navigate them as well. Okay. Oh yeah, that's another entryway. We won't be going that way. Oh, that was close. Nearly had the reflection there of the glass right in front of me. Right there. And here it is. 99% of the lap. Nearly there. Whew. And we've come full circle. So to break it down, we started over there by this wood covered elevator. We went down that road, round the event. Don't focus on my hand, there we go. Round the event, past that building, all the way down to the horizon. In fact, past the horizon we can see. Around there a bit, to the fun fair, which is the other side of that crane. Then we came back up, turned there to go around the back end, all the way around and up that. Now let's go into town, shall we? So let's start with the Chinese Quarter, because that's where we're next to. In fact, what I could do is show you the bull ring on the other end and show you the big old bull statue. Oh, in fact, there's a new bull thing to show you. I linked a video today for the opening event ceremony that happened last night, and there was a giant mechanical bull, and it looked like it was containing flames and you know, like a coal-powered engine machine thing, and that thing is actually now on display, so we'll see that in a bit. Orientations, that big tower over there, or may not. Maybe next time. But that dull tower next to it, and all of the buildings underneath. So all of these little windows here, yeah, this entire building, plus the tower. Oh no, not the tower, just that long strip of windows. It is all coming down. It's got to be knocked down. It's way past due. So let's just quickly makes it much quicker. Hands cramping holding the camera. Well, you can probably read it. It says Link Street on that raised bridge. That connects one part of the bull ring to the other, and it connects it to the station. So there's a train station over there, which is where I started the stream, just around the corner there. And I started it there because then you'll have no idea where I came from, because it's right at the train station and a bunch of bus stops. That there, this little Chinesey building, that used to be a strip club many years ago called Legs 11, and every time passing it people would joke about going in, never did, and now it's gone, so too bad. I don't know what these places actually are now. Might still be a strip club. It says Royal One Club. Oh, it's got a little microphone, so maybe it's just a karaoke bar. So this is the Chinese Quarter, like the main entry part to it. and I want to take us through here. Yeah, we're going to go through this gate, going to loop back around and come up there, so just bear in mind that we were over here at this junction, okay? We'll come back here in a few minutes. Oh, windows. Let's go this way, and you can see the lovely decorations. So this to our right is a big shopping centre for Chinese food and Oriental food. Here we have this lovely decorated passage with lanterns and such. And stuff like that. A little cake. There we go. More Chinese food. One of these used to do my favourite dish. It's straight, simple sweet and sour chicken and egg fried rice, but they don't do it anymore. Over here we have a bunch of clubs and restaurants up above. In fact, that there used to be a cinema, which is closed down and turned into restaurants now. It's a pretty good one as well. So back down that way is that road path, but we'll still loop around a bit. Climbing stairs while looking at the camera is not a good idea. But that's me. There we go, that's where we just came from. Parking area through the passage there. Oh, the roadway there. Windows both sides. I wouldn't care so much about the windows if I'd done a face reveal by now. A proper one. In fact, I'd even flip the camera around, but whatever. It's not time for that yet. Sushi place. Pub. Typical pub. It's called the Dragon Inn, but it is just a Wetherspoons. One of the, if not the, most popular pub chain in the country. Crap, there's bumps all in the floor here. Tripping over nothing. The next thing I'm going to show you is skirting TOS, but it's on mannequins, so it should be fine. So we're down approaching Gay Village now, leaving the Chinese Quarter. So what better way to introduce it than this sort of clothing? I gotta not look at the door right in front of me. Yeah. Super scantily clothed mannequins. Not actual people, so it's not breaching TOS. This is the local test. This Tesco is always jam-packed during Pride. More to show you. There's a few restaurants down there. There's a pub, that building, which is white or black wall. Just wait for these people to pass. And on the way up there, you'll end up on the main ring road. But I was going to show you, because there's a couple of interesting things, and I'm going to take a huge risk by putting the camera up to one of the windows. Yeah, there's ants everywhere here. Just past a couple guys spluttering, trying to get ants off their face. Here's another one of those supermarkets, pretty nice one. Got some dried seaweed from there a while back. Well, no, I didn't. I mean, the person I was with did. We went there together to get it. That's what I'm saying. The only thing I placed many years ago, I think when it was before refurbishment. So you see this sign here, back to backs. So these little shops here are vintage shops. They've tried to keep it in the exact same style of, well, not here, but some parts of the building are, there's like on there instead of modern roofing techniques. So there was scaffolding up here all along this road while they redid the rooftops in the exact same roofing style as. Show you yourself in the reflection. There it is, see how big that phone is. So anyway, this used to be a sweet shop. The wall was absolutely covered in sweets. Now it's just like a little trinket shop. I used to come here all the time. A little bit expensive, but it was really nice. I'll show you a better shot from afar. Yeah. So you can actually see the old chimneys up top. All of that roofing is, well, some of it is old style. I can see some modern roofing, so it definitely can't be all of it. Maybe it was the rafters they were doing. But I remember reading up on it, and they had to do a particular job that's only able to be done at a certain time of year. And for weeks it stank awfully. Walking through here was horrible, especially in the heat. You know, that heat wave we've just had. You could barely breathe here. Not too bad today. I think the coolness has done it well. Oh, here's the Hippodrome, one of the theatres. A friend of mine used to work there. And this giant sign on the giant building hanging over the road, that's the one that's got to be demolished. So they've got some decoration up on it because no one's actually using it. It doesn't matter if you cover the windows. Hey BBS, welcome back. How you doing? So now we're back around to the entry part of the Chinese Quarter. I think those people stopped because they thought I was taking a photo. They're the first people to do it so far. This is a brand new little supermarket. In fact, I think they won't mind if I show you inside. I want to show you the stylized drinks that I saw in here. Oh, where are they? Where is my fridge? Ah, here we go. If I open the fridge, there'll be no reflection. Perfect. There we go. So we got Dragon Ball Z. And Sailor Moon. And other such drinks. There's also some Pokemon. Loads of stock in here. This is one of the smaller shops. There's much bigger supermarkets around here, but you can find a bit of everything. In fact, I found it kind of hard to find sweet and sour sauce. I had to go to the first one I showed you around the corner after going to 3 other places. But those weren't in the quarter here, they were up a different road. And here we have Uncle Cake, which I believe is a cake shop, as the name implies. Everything is covered in glass though, so I'm not walking up to it. Obviously you keep cakes behind glass, so I can't really show you the cakes. Restaurants everywhere. This one's quite nice, but a tiny bit expensive. I bought some food from there once and it seemed pretty good value for money. And then we sat in and ate a different day and it seemed kind of expensive, so I don't think the price has changed. I think it was just different things that we bought. So I'm going to show you a place here I've been to many times. This is, or this was, the Big Wok. So it was a buffet bar, and it closed down years ago. Now, can I carefully show you through the window? Yes, yes I can. So all of that used to be a restaurant. In fact, it's deeper than you can see there, because it curls around the walls. So that stairway there blocks some of it, and there's like an upstairs area, and it was the best restaurant that I used to go to. But now there are no Chinese buffets in the city centre, so it's a damn shame. It's all extinct. Obviously parking area. This is storage area. I haven't peeked in here. The shutter's usually down with big artwork on it, so I usually don't see in here. Ooh, there's actually a lot more behind that grate. Huh. Looks almost like a rail station, but it's not. Just lots of railings. Interesting. So it looks like you drive through and then there's more shutters to drive through. I think it actually loops around to a different place. Weird. It's in like a different street or something. I've never been in here. If anyone can translate that, let me know what it says. Many Chinese writings all over the place, which I have no idea what they say. And of course some others too, like Korean. A little bit of Japanese. At least I can read some of the Japanese. Can't read the Korean, but at least I can tell it apart. And Chinese, I have no idea. More lanterns. Okay, so now we're gonna go by the station. In fact, I shouldn't be telling you where we're going, because that invites stream snipers to where I'm going to be. I should just tell you where we are. Yeah. But now, if anyone were trying to figure out places, they'd be confused, because we are going to loop back past where I started the stream. So now you've truly no idea where I started before recording. Hey Danish, welcome back, how you doing? You say first playthrough of outdoor and campaign mode, nice. Yes, I did notice the tags as I was starting the stream, well, as I was setting it up earlier for testing, and I thought, you know what, it's kind of accurate. It is the first time I am playing through with an IRL outdoor stream, and it's not like this is creative mode or anything. It is, you know, campaign, if you go by like definition of this is an active story playing out. Okie doke, Bent, you have fun with your game. Let me know how it goes later. If you are back before I finish, look forward to seeing you. But your raid will go on for a couple of hours, won't it? So I don't expect you'll be back in time. I'm actually down to 27%, so I don't know when the stream's gonna die. We've managed an hour and a quarter so far, so that's about half my battery. I think we can go another hour. You glad it's the weekend? Me too. And I'm going to try streaming again in the city centre tomorrow, and it's going to be super busy because of course it'll be Saturday, and as bad as the crowds were just before I started streaming, so you didn't really see them, it should be 2, 3, 4 times as bad tomorrow. There's a guy there not actually driving, he's confused. I'm gonna go because he's not through that bridge. There's another side of the station, But if you see the brown building just before the grey in the distance, that's a strip club. Can't remember what it's called. I think it's Adult World or something like that. I've passed it many times. It's just a black door on a big brown building. And the first time I noticed it existed was by accident, because my girlfriend at the time, I was taking her to the bus stop, and there was one down there. And as we walked down, I was like, okay, here we are. Of course, her not knowing about the bus stop placement thought I was joking about the strip club. And she's like, you really know how to show a girl around, don't you? That's when it clicked and I realised what I'd done. We're currently going up a spiral staircase with an elevator in the middle, but I think the elevator's been out of commission for like a year. In fact, yeah, you can see it's fenced off down there. While I'm scaling, why don't you all tell me how your week's been? In fact, it's been 4 months. How's everyone's last 4 months been? Gosh, it's been so long. Must be too awkward for you. Yeah, I kept getting cold feet earlier, but I eventually did come out in the end. But this is my backup setup of just holding a phone, so it's not too bad. I was going to be way more conspicuous with wires going to my head, but that didn't work out. So back that way, you see all of this patterned office space. That's the back end of the windows I was pointing out earlier. It's the place that's all got to be knocked down, so they don't care about covering the windows because no one's using the offices. I'm going to take this little side bit where the crowd isn't. You graduated from your education 5 months ago and got a job 2 months ago. Hey, wonderful. So how's graduated life and how's having a job going for you? Not as bad since everyone uses the phone. Exactly, yeah. In fact, if I stuck some wireless earphones in, then it would look like I'm just on a call. But instead I'm just holding the camera in front of my face, and I almost just showed you because there's a lot of glass right in front of me at the entrance to the shopping centre, which we're not going into because I think I can't record in there. There we go, we're on the corner now, so I can show you the glass. No reflection of me. Aha, vampire strokes. Oh man, this would be so much easier if I was just a vampire. No reflections whatsoever. Man, this is packed. It's not usually this busy at the entrance to the station. I think I can record in the station, but I've no reason to go in there. We're gonna go this way. Loads of bus stops here, either side of the road. There is the big round tower that we saw from the distance. We're finally here. There's the tower atop the bullring. That bridge type thing over us there is part of the bullring shopping centre. It's absolutely huge. Trying to focus off of people. Let's just cross. Let's cross halfway. So I don't know if that bus is going or stopping. It's stopping. Cool. So that tunnel right there goes underneath the centre, the shopping centre. It's big enough for all your double-decker buses to go through, which is a bit of a rarity. It comes out the other side at Moore Street Station. So if you're ever confused as to how to get around town, over there is what's now called Grand Central. It encompasses New Street Station and like a mini shopping centre stacked on top with loads of restaurants, and you would just walk from there under there to Moore Street Station, and people get confused all the time. Now I'm the sort of person that helps out and directs people to where they need to go. So many times have I had to point out when people walk this way and they go up the steps, suddenly they're in the middle of the Bullring shopping centre instead of walking under through the tunnel, because you need to cross over for the pedestrian side. So people who don't know the area don't know where they're going, and this is where they get confused. You say you're in a good full-time IT job, flexible time, nice lunch arrangement with a catering company. Nice. So you don't even have to struggle to get or make food. It's all just there for you. Very nice. And they paid for certification for you, which means they want to keep you. Yeah, that's a good sign. Good indicator. Oh right, you must be able to record here because people take photos by the statue all the time. Let me show you the main attraction of the Bullring. That is the Bronze Bull, currently decorated of course for the Commonwealth Games. This Bronze Bull has been here for well over 10 years, I think. People climb it all the time and deface it, but it gets cleaned up and repaired quite nicely. Usually there isn't this rope around, you can just go right up to it and such. Not today though. Too many unknown elements, I'd say. And here is the main part of the shopping centre. So way down that way is well, it's hard to describe, there's a whole lot of things that way. But then that way is where we're gonna go. In fact, no, we won't. We will go the way I can't describe. And these are the entryways to the shopping centre. So there's one entry, there's the other, and in between is this big slope which leads out by the church I pointed out earlier. In fact, let's just go down that way and we'll get a view off the balcony if we can access it. See those stands down right in front of us? They are blocking the balcony, so I don't think we're going to get a view. We'll try though. We'll have an attempt. I don't know what this is. It was. The shop they've sectioned off. Oh, it was a sandwich shop. And here is, of course, Five Guys. Been there so many times and spent way too much money there. It's so expensive, but the burgers are wonderful. Walking, talking for so long, it's starting to tire out my throat. So over there you can see the event. So let me see if we can get a better angle. Yeah, there we go. So you can see where we were down there. Just past the buildings beneath us here is where the outdoor markets are, and just past those markets it's the road. Past that road is where I started recording, looking over all of those for the event. If you missed that earlier, well, A, should have been here on time. Not that I knew when on time would be either, but you know. But I will release the VOD later, pending scouring it for any leaks. Down that way you've got the disabled access ramp all the way down, absolutely long distance. People zoom down there on the skateboards and scooters, especially the public electric scooters. But there's a few little nice places. In fact, let me point one out to you, which I used to go to a lot for a quick little expensive lunch. And no, I don't mean the little corner shop here. I mean this Mount Fuji restaurant. There we go. Let's just wave at the camera. Oh, he's actually a food delivery guy. So this is Mount Fuji. It's a lovely little tiny restaurant. I used to have the miso soup from there a lot, but it's kind of expensive when you know, just having a little bowl of soup for a few quid each time. trying to get past these people. Can we get to the balcony? Yes, we can get to the... No, we can't. It's gated. Let's see if I can go to the other side. It's all gated off. Can I just get a view from the balcony? Can I just go through to the balcony? Cheers. Just ask security if I can go through to get a good view. There we go. So way down there is the markets and the road and where I started the recording. Here's the big church. Down there, way down there. In the very distance is the football stadium, that white and blue thing. And there's the entrance beneath us to the ground floor of the shopping centre. Right.
Get yourself one now.
Cheers. Alright, just said thank you to security because I think you're supposed to pay to go in there, I'm not too sure. But he let me through just for a quick view. Very nice of him. Now to explore the main part of town where the crowds get thick, and tomorrow they'll be thicker with horses. Please don't run into me, kid. Little kid on a scooter just went right up to me. If I hadn't stopped, he'd be in my leg. This is actually quickly exhausting my hand holding it. Whatever. Let's just try and power walk up here and save a bit of time. I keep feeling the paranoia of having flying ants on me. I wonder if there's a do not disturb mode for this app. So I just got pinged about something which I don't want coming up when I'm busy. Maybe, I'm not sure. Maybe the phone has do not disturb mode. I'll check that later. So here is the main square. You get preachers and advertisers and performers here. There's Waterstone's bookstore, which goes all the way up to like 5 or 6 floors. And you can often sit there, browsing through a book, look out the window and see someone breakdancing here on a big, well, I was going to say on a big mat, but actually most of the time they don't even put a mat down. It's just straight on the brick.
What is it that you, O Muhammad, ask them for a way, so that they are heavily burdened with debt?
That's
or
Islamic
that the
preachers.
unseen is in their hands, so that they write it down.
And
So wait with
I
patience
don't know
for the
what
decision
that
of your
guy's
Lord.
boxes
Do
are
not be
for.
like the companion of the fish when he cried out to him.
Oh, you know what? I haven't shown you the
Had not a grace
mascot
from his Lord reached him,
for the
he
Commonwealth
would indeed
Games.
have been left in the belly of the fish.
So Birmingham has this theme of the bull because of the bull ring. Obviously you've already seen the bronze bull statue. Here is the mascot. Little statues of him are dotted all around. In fact, you might have seen one in the Chinese Quarter when I walked past the clubs area. If I look straight at him though, I'll be pointing at the window, so I can't do that. Perry. His name's Perry. So over here we have, I think that goes away. Over here we have the biggest Primark in England, I think. It's got multiple floors, like 3 or 4. When you take the escalator down, halfway down there's a Greggs tucked inside. Oh, here we go, performing. So people dancing to some rap, I expect. Can't really hear it too well, it's very muffled. As I said, advertisers, a guy just tried to approach me, I walked straight past. I think I didn't even get him on camera. Yeah, so there's a Greggs right there, but then inside the Primark. As soon as you go down the escalator, there's a Greggs there. So that's 2 Greggs within, I don't know, 40, maybe 50 meters of each other. And then if you go from that Greggs round this corner and up the road, there is another one. There we go, Bible preachers. So we got all religions represented here, even the ones you don't usually see. There are all sorts of music as well. Like this guy on some kind of drum. There were steel pans here yesterday, and there's often the guy playing Native American music, or Native Mexican as it turned out to be, kind of the same Red Indian style. So that way will take you up to the main road where the tram line is, and then past that is a Greggs. But I'm going to take us this way because down here was completely blocked off for, I don't know, a year, and they've just reopened it for the Commonwealth Games. I think they're going to reclose it afterwards because I don't think they're actually done. Looks like they just quickly tarmacked over what they were working on, moved all the equipment off, and allowed it to be a pedestrianised road. Not this one we're next to, with all the markings on. The next road that we're coming up to. Here it is. Ooh, reflections. So you see those railings? Kind of weird to have railings on the edge of a road, right? I'm not sure why they're there. I think it's just to surround the unfinished ground. As you can see, it's blocked off, it's just pedestrianised. But this whole section seems to just be not done. That's how it is all the way up. Exhausted. I'm going to show you Lara Croft. Why not? There used to be a couple, I think, but now there's just one. And I'm going to struggle to get the shot through the glass, but we'll see. Still feels pretty dusty. People advertising something here, I'm just going to walk past. Shops are mostly closed now, so B&M is closed. These little shops, half of them are open. Got all sorts of international stores here, like there's a Jamaican one there. Big screen.
And that's what traditional
ice cream.
know only too well in live and
So you can chill out in this garden area. They had some music performing here this week, and you can watch TV outdoors. I hope I can show you Lara. I hope it isn't shuttered over. It's just regular glass. Oh no. No, can't show it. It's behind that glass and it's all shuttered. So I cannot get the shot. I'll have to do that a different day. Let's see if I can approach without being seen in the reflection. Yeah, it's not possible. Way too reflective. Won't be able to show you at all. I have to come back tomorrow. But behind that is a life-size statue of Lara Croft. In fact, she's a little bit short and her face is kind of a little bit messed up. But it's one of the few statues of Lara you'll see. I used to see a bunch back in the 90s and 2000s. I remember there was a shop in Warsaw, tiny little game shop in the corner of a shopping centre. I don't think it did too well because it closed down, but they had a huge Lara statue and it was highly detailed. I think it even had the 2 guns and everything, which is posing, pointing them. either forward or outward. Probably a collector's item. Probably an item in someone's collection there. Here is a tucked away little bar, never been in. I've seen the door open a few times, but never been in. It's got an interesting handle. Oh, you saw my reflection, but it was obfuscated by blur. Anyway, interesting. It's more semi-silhouette, so with the colour. Let's go up here. You can view from this sort of balcony. So, oh, actually, no. I'm going to take it on the tarmac because then you can see what they haven't finished. Ah, it's nice and quiet up here. It was pretty busy last few times I've come through. Okay, so I'm going to have you imagine now. See all this tarmac, this darkest part, so not the road over there. In fact, yeah, the road over there too. So as much of the road as you can see right now, in that direction, half of that direction, all the way around that corner, and all the way down there, all of this was sectioned off for about a year. You had to squeeze by the shops, crowds of people going both directions, and then certain directions were just completely blocked. So if you wanted to go from there to that side, you'd have to go all the way down the road and all the way back up, or you'd have to go around one corner all the way up there, two corners all the way up there, and then back around to here. It was ridiculous. It was a nightmare coming through here, so I never went through here for the last year. But this seems to be what they're working on, tram line, and it seems that they're just not done. So one of the tram stops is over there. I don't know if you can see all those people standing way over there, past the colourful ones there, kind of darker clothes in the background. That's the tram stop. So the tram line typically goes that way. Oh, that's way. I've been sniffling all day. It's finally caught up. But now they've extended the tram line to go down this way and stopped. The same here. That's me. I am going to mute audio 1 second and blow my nose, so let me just put the camera down. You get to see the murky water inside here while I mute. Okay, and we're back. So, over that way you have a bunch of nice little shops. You got your typical corner shop, but there's a kebab place right next to it, which I've been told is excellent. I've still not tried it. Just a little bit further on you got the comic shop next to that tram. Kind of hard to see actually. It's got the shutters down, that's why. And you got this huge pub, Square Peg, which I'm pretty sure back when COVID restrictions started, you had to have the app to scan the QR code to be allowed in. And I didn't have the app, but I also didn't go to this place, so it wasn't an issue. Now down here is where I used to always have to come from. This is one of the directions to many bus stops. And I'm going to show you how I used to walk in and out of town every time. Not that it's the most interesting, but it's one of the more personal things because it's the ground I always trod. Not every day. of every time. I used to not have to come into town that much, but now I'm here all the time. And I see and notice a lot more things than I used to, because I'm sort of looking for new things that I've not seen before. So this obviously wasn't there before, this big archway. I don't see the point of it apart from decoration. Oh, actually, you see how this is all divided in two? This might be to do with the marathon, which I think is tomorrow. So this might be the start and finish of the marathon. Maybe. See if we can get some footage of that tomorrow. So, way over there, that brown building with the glass, over there is where I used to have to catch the bus home. And last October, when I'd been out of hospital a few months, I was, feeling a bit more lively, wanted to get out. I went out, in fact it was November because it was the week after Halloween, and then it was early morning and there was no way home. Couldn't catch the bus, so I had to wait down that road till 6 AM from like 2 or 3. I was just stood there because I was quite drunk. I managed to let time pass without really caring too much. Hey Shaggy, or Game Hates You, welcome back. Face reveal? Well, no, actually, I've been really careful not to get caught in reflections. I was saying earlier, it'd be so much easier to do this and not face reveal if I was just a vampire. No reflections, like that bus going past right now. That would easily show me. Or this little food place to the right. See, I can point the camera at angles, but if I point at a place, it just shows it straight up. Anything reflective, like even one of these signs, complete reflection. I have accidentally shown my profile and that's about it. So the shape of me and the colour of me as a diffused reflection against some particularly shiny paint. Just wear a balaclava. Yeah, okay. First of all, it's not really that cold. It's still kind of warm. And I'm walking around a lot, so I'm extra hot. But secondly, no. Just no. I've never been in that pub. Used to be a karaoke place, I think, or a club. And right there says Warhammer. That used to be the Games Workshop. And next to it, that place. Oh gosh, that's closed down. You know what? I'll get closer because it doesn't matter if I point the camera in a closed down place. It used to be Forbidden Planet. Then they moved all the way down that road. And then some kind of geek social moved into that place. I think it was called Geek Retreat, and they were cheeky enough to start handing out flyers outside the new location of Forbidden Planet. So they were trying to steal customers in a way. There we go. Yeah, it's completely closed. You see inside. Oh man, it's hard to get a good dark shot in there. There we go. So that all used to be Forbidden Planet. Pretty big place. All of that. And this B&M across the road used to be a big Argos. Huge place, but now most of that's done online. Can I get a shot through here without self-reflection? Yes. Can we see anything? Yes, there we go. So this was a big geek social place called Geek Retreat. And now it's just gone. I wasn't aware it had gone until today. Until now. All the signs are obviously ripped down, so it's definitely gone. And this is a place now called Warhammer, but it was Games Workshop. Let's see if we can get a shot through here. Yes, the miniatures. If you can see, it's really quite hard to see against the reflection. Yeah. I shan't risk it too much with this window because it's very, very reflective. The lights are all off inside. Okay. So, another thing is there was a bus stop around the corner here I had to go to a lot, so I would always come this way. Doesn't matter that I'm showing you now because I don't have to go this way anymore, so you cannot find me on this route every couple of days, every day, however often it was. But I want to show you something down here. So, first of all, in the distance, well, you'll see it right there, that tower, it says Central Hall. I don't think it is anymore. On the left, those brown buildings there are the law courts. And just a little further down here, we get to see another government building. But I am now doubting what I think it is. Let's find out. So that there is the courts, or one of the courts, and yes, this is also the courts. Don't know if you can read that sign there, not the street sign, past that to the right. It says Queen Elizabeth II Law Courts, right next to the door. Around the back of that, it's got sectioned off security places where I believe they hold prisoners, as in people who are to be moved in or out of the courtroom. Not necessarily belonging to a prison, but you know, the jail, you might call it. Now I want to show you the front of this place. Because it's so old, it has a security feature which you don't often see. A lot of these shops on the right are all closed. In fact, this was all sectioned off. I think they've re-tarmacked it. The road's looking pretty black. I can smell it actually. It's fresh road. Right, so this is a portcullis. Of course, most buildings don't have a portcullis. This one's pretty old. So this whole gate, it does not slide across. It slides up into the archway. And that's how you keep people from running out of court. You drop the portcullis. Unlike those true crime TV shows where you see someone literally run out of a courtroom and drive away. You cannot escape the court here. You will be processed. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, Shaggy. So the prisoners, as I said, not really prisoners, but they would belong to the jail. And the jail is behind the law courts down the road. I shan't go all the way down there though. What I will do is go all the way down here, and you'll get to see a little bit more of the area. So right here, you'll hear there's vents. Someone decided to cause a big problem with the ventilation. So it doesn't really matter that I announce this because it's already in the news. Thankfully, I'm not causing problems by announcing this security flaw. The ventilation you could hear there goes through to all of the building, and I think from another one down there. Someone decided to cause a fire and fill the ventilation with smoke. Now I don't know what the exact cause was, whether it's just a cigarette butt or or someone actually deliberately starting a fire, but it meant that the courts had to be evacuated because the rooms were just filling with smoke. And since then they had to close down the court and refurbish the ventilation system, which might be why the portcullis is down right now, because the courts might still be closed, but it might just be that they are closed because of the time. It is currently 6:30 in the afternoon. So over there you'll see a little grassy area across the road and all these buildings around it. That is the Aston University campus. Many buildings there. It's actually much bigger than you'd think. It's deceptively big. It goes all the way along there. And that building there with the clock tower has some huge doors down the side of it, which were for fire engines. Might just about be able to see. I don't want to go too far because then I'm just doubling back on myself. I might actually pop in the shop and get a drink in a second, so I may pause the stream. Although there's only 10% of battery left, so I don't have much capability to stream left. Right, so that nice little looking area over there is the university campus. Some bits being refurbished. Now over there, got the clock tower. So that cream it consists of. To the left of it, there's some more cream at the bottom, and those are massive doors for fire engines. There's not now a fire station. The large area, the large space in there is now used by the university, and I can't remember whether it's to show displays or whether it's to contain things like massive servers. Either way, it looks like a giant block if you look through the window, just in the middle of the room. Yeah, what you said just then about the cigarette, it's unfortunately silly. Like, it's way too easy to jeopardise. How far behind are you on the stream? If you're still talking about the cigarette, that must be a long time ago. Where to next? It's here, okay, that's fine. Yeah, because when I was testing the stream at home on the Wi-Fi, it was like a second. It seemed to even be faster than streaming on the computer. So that was pretty awesome. But then when I changed to outside data, I couldn't get a signal at all. So I had to wait till I got right in the centre of town before I started running tests, and then it seemed I was able to connect. So I found a spot and started recording. Thankfully it worked. 6-7 second delay from the other side of the globe. Yeah, that's not too bad. I was warned the other day that there might be some issues with the extra 20,000 people that are here. But no, this seems pretty good. In fact, this is still just running on 4G. It'll probably be even faster on 5G. It's weird, I was just trying to load Discord before the stream, and it was struggling on 4G. But it's streaming just fine, so maybe Discord's just unoptimized. Maybe. Where to next? Okay, I'm going to very briefly show you a park, and then a road, and then another road, and then a bunch of statues with a gathering area that has some of the events on a massive screen. If it's as packed as it was earlier, it might be a bit difficult to get through. Tomorrow, it's going to be awful to get through. We'll see. Move to Australia and find out about the 5G coronavirus brain altering radio waves. Right. Not making a whole lot of sense there, Shaggy. I think you might have some brain rot from the 5G coronavirus brain altering radio waves that you mentioned. This little Sainsbury's local was closed for the entire lockdown, like all of the different lockdowns we had. It only reopened a couple months ago. And the reason it's a little bit of a pain is because, oh, I hope I didn't just get a reflection. It's because there's a cash machine right there. So you couldn't use the cash machine because the place was not in operation at all. It looked like they wouldn't even bring the branch back, but fortunately they did. Ah, see that advert on the bus? Railway Children Return. I'm surprised they're releasing such a film because the Railway Children was around like a couple decades ago, as in the movie or movies. And as far as I remember, it wasn't the most popular film. So for them to then make this sequel now, randomly, who's going to go see it? Because the age demographic probably just don't care. I'm surprised they even got greenlit to make it. Right, so that's where I was on about the bus stop down there. That's the big, oh, you can't see it now, but just around there is the big archway. And here is a teeny tiny shopping mall, which is mainly just for all the offices above. Passion project or tax evasion? Yeah, it's surprising how much you can tax evade with a film. Quite silly, really. We are surrounded by glass on every side, and some of them are angled, as you can see. So as I approach each of these shops, it gets a very clear shot of me. So I need to not look at the shops at all. Okay. And even the marble on the side is extremely reflective, so let's just keep straight. Oh, there's one of the trams going by. I was talking about the tram line earlier, and there it is. I'm glad you actually got the chance to see it. I kind of forgot to show it. So that's that tram stop I was trying to show you. And that's where we were earlier, that little junction, where they decided to make it go straight on there, where it goes around the corner, which they haven't actually completed yet. So these trams are pretty good because you can get in through the city quite nice and quickly. However, because they're so popular, they're very packed. You struggle a little bit to get space. But if that is the case, you're only going to wait like 10 minutes according to the sign there. Sometimes it's less than that. It used to be 5 minutes sometimes. More windows. There's that comic shop, Forbidden Planet, currently closed. Trams don't look 50 years old. No, they're very new. In fact, they've just been remodernised because they had a fault. So they had to re-engineer all of the trams on the tram line and reconsider some of the rails. So very recently it's been updated, and then they kind of rushed it out to get it out in time for the Commonwealth Games. I don't think there's an arrest. Oh no, I don't know if you saw the police just back there, but someone's been injured. So there's another tiny little shopping centre. Down there is a sweet shop, just like the one I showed you earlier that closed down. I finally discovered this place after all these years. There are lots of police there because the guy's attacked. By the looks of things, he's holding like an ice pack to his head or something. Right here is the back of House of Fraser, and it used to be that on the top floor there was a massive toy shop, but no more. and I think they lost a lot of business because of it. Because you know what happens? You have a kid, you take him to the toy shop, you got to go through this building with all the other shops. You're going to see loads of different products in loads of different parts of the shop, because it's like one of those multi-company market shops, you know, where you can have your own little part in there. So now that people don't take the kids up to the top floor, passing all the other shops, there's a lot less foot traffic just naturally drawn to all the stands in there. The Rosa's better on. There's so many places right now. So many. Where I live, just a little walk away, there were constantly like 8 police. And I did speak to them and they said, yeah, it's just for the games. Nothing in particular, no threats or anything. So, oh, my phone's power is starting to die. You have a kid, hate the kid, sell him to the state. Yeah, sure thing. Right, my phone is about to die. I just wanted to real quickly show you this place, Pigeon Park. I don't think we're going to get to the other side of it before my phone dies. Uh-oh. Wait, maybe there's some stuff I can turn off. I think I've still got location up, yeah. I'll turn location off. That's the only thing I can really do. Heard of Pigeon Park? Yeah. So there's a big church right in the middle, surrounded by all this park space, and these sort of mausoleum type graves. There is even one over there with a little fenced area entrance to it. I'm going to try and whiz through here. Maybe we'll get to the other side and I can show you the giant mecha bull. If not, I might do a nighttime stream and come back out to show you before it gets way too crowded tomorrow. So if we can get a shot of the bull, the mecha bull, and it might even have some lighting on in the night, that'd be pretty awesome. That would look great. What I might do though, to do that stream at all, is just go out there, have a look, find out, and if it is the case, then I'll start streaming immediately. So if you are interested in seeing a giant mecha bull, the one that was used in the opening ceremony yesterday, and you want to see it tonight when it's all lit up, if it's lit up, then you better join the stream as soon as it starts, because I'll just go to the bull and find out if it's lit up. If it's not lit up, I'll think about it. Oh yeah, so that wicker man there spooked me the other day. So I was looking down at my phone and then I looked up and he was like pointed right at me. Oh, speaking of spooking me, I've got to show you down one of the canals where I got spooked in the middle of the night. That'll be on a different stream. That'll, in fact, should it be a night stream? No, because you won't be able to see anything. I'll do it on a day stream. Oh man, currently at 4% power. I think we're going to make it. So we're currently sort of on the main middle hill of the city, and then this giant glass tower has been built on top of it a couple of years ago. So the top of the hill is now much higher if you climbed up there. Used to be kind of fused to the building next to it over there. I don't think I have the time to show you anything interesting here. Just need to keep moving. My feet are exhausted. Run? I'm not running. There's crowds. I'm wearing heavy, thick clothing, sort of. My feet are killing me. My trainers need replacing. And with the crowds and the security, I don't want to be running through them. It's not a great idea. Plus I'm tired as it is. Imagine if I ran as well. This is the Victoria Square Festival site, as it says on that big archway there. Hope you can see. It's still on 4%, so maybe each percentage is lasting a while. Maybe. It's hard to read what you're saying. That's the time. So those are not trainers you're wearing. What, did you see my feet?
I'm all the one represented today back
That's
to my
supposed to see my feet.
hometown. If you don't go crazy when I ask this question, how are you feeling? Okay, they're alive.
I don't know if you can see that.
Hello, my name is Deja, and just a second ago I was practicing some choreography backstage, so please ignore the scuffs on my knees. It will all make sense very soon. This first song I'm going to do for you is one of my own, so I hope you enjoy it as much as I'm about to.
There's the big screens.
And Losing Game is all about,
And there's a statue that was refurbished. And there is Town Hall. And this is another kind of Town Hall we just passed.
so much.
And around the back of it is the museum and art gallery.
Thank you so much. Hey! Aston calls us out, all of it. Let's go crazy.
How are we doing for power?
I got really upset.
Got 3%.
Had you got a new thing, and now you're liking it and loving. 'Cause she ain't nothing like me. Come on, girls, let's give it to them. Baby, I'm unlikely.
Being there, we'll make another building here. I get a better view. That's Alexander Stadium, which is us. I'm here with scene tentage. See if anything leaks. Then it's also been pretty horrible, and I look forward to. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next stream. Bye.